Please welcome the 44th President of the United States, Barack Obama.
When countries that out-educate us today will outcompete us tomorrow, a world-class education is a prerequisite for success. There's no two ways about it. There's no way to avoid it. You know what I'm talking about. There's a reason the story of the civil rights movement was written in our schools. There's a reason Thurgood Marshall took up the cause of Linda Brown. There's a reason why the Little Rock Nine defied a governor and a mob. It's because there is no stronger weapon against inequality and no better path to opportunity than an education that can unlock a child's God-given potential.
I think black males are strong, intelligent, are motivated, and can do whatever they want to when they put their mind to it.
In our world, there's the impression that white is right and you have to be like them, but black people have accomplished a lot of things, so there are some kids who want to strive to be the better person.
The purpose of the 2020 project was to develop a student-to-student interaction, if you will, where these students from these two different spaces would have an opportunity to see what they had in common. Both schools, Westchester High School and Campbell Hall, had groups that primarily focused on African-American young men. How can we allow these young men to see or to demystify stereotypes and demystify misconceptions and break down some of the barriers that exist within our cultural group, to discover the uniqueness of their experiences in the public or the private school sector,
and how they could assist us as educators so that we would know how to assist boys in the future.
Well, welcome to Campbell Hall, sir.
All right, thanks, man.
Good to see you, man. Good to see you, too. Good to see you. Good to see you. What's up? Hey, Daddy, what do you require?
Hey Blair, where's my hug?
How you doing?
You're the huggy guy.
Thank you.
So glad to see you again.
You make me feel special. You make me feel special.
I don't need to make you feel special. You are special.
I would think of black males in private schools. I think they would be more determined in school, more motivated.
We have Bijan with Mr. Omar Ellison, and you'll be sharing him with Blade because Blade has a free block. Unless you want him the whole time, it doesn't matter to me.
I want him the whole time.
It's kind of weird being one of the few African Americans around campus, because I feel like if I'm dealing with something, people can maybe not relate with me, but it's not too bad. I feel people they do well integrating me.
I feel that African American youth at public schools feel that it's maybe easier to hang out around African Americans, because a lot of schools around here, from my experience in public school, tends to feel that, you're often the minority, you're often the one who's not noticed as much, and so it just is easier to identify with those who have the same race as you or same ethnicity.
I saw the differences between a public and a private high school. At our school, it's more really quiet and focused. At Westchester, it was just more free flow. You do whatever you want to do.
Yeah. What class are we going to?
I got calligraphy. It's like
Special,
drawing and stuff. It's an elective class.
In comparison to my chemistry class, it was a lot more free-flowing, a forced freedom that they can kind of, take advantage of their teacher.
Physics class I went to today, I felt like they didn't learn as much and they weren't as focused on the subject as at Campbell Hall, because the teacher, he was explaining stuff for a couple minutes, but the kids weren't really paying attention. They were just talking.
Evan, excuse me, the teacher is reading.
For the most part, the teacher's trying to keep order with the students that aren't trying to learn, so it was kind of different. Capsit is correct. Thank you. Number 2. My teachers usually, if we're in a classroom and someone's being loud, they're either sent to the office or they're just told to be quiet, and then that's the end of that. But And here, someone was told to be quiet or sit down, and they responded back to the teacher like they're good friends. And it was like, you shut up, I'm gonna go sit down. Like, I wish I could say, if I could say that to my teacher and see what would happen.
It's what the research is telling us about African American males are the highest of high-risk groups and multiple risk factors. And these kids are drowning, and the only way that we could actually throw them the life raft and give them the opportunities and equip them with the essential resources and support was to actually target them.
We have something of value to offer in contrast to a system of education that's all about teaching to the test, to offer an alternative that really has confidence in kids as deep thinkers.
I really would like to share with you this letter that I wrote last night to my mom.
The school, it reaches out to the students. It's like parenthood. If a parent doesn't reach out to the children, then they wouldn't have a good relationship with the parent. But since you have assemblies and the teachers that care and administrators that care, the students have a good relationship with school.
And in terms of music, television, because, you know, the reality shows and all that stuff, how do you think that's shaping you as a man, and especially as a man of color?
Like, I'm not, like, if say 50 Cent is, like, super pubbed out or getting mad publicity, and everybody's like, oh, well, black people are like 50 Cent. I ain't get shot 9 times. I ain't a gangster. I'm not going out trying to kill people. I'm just trying to, you know, be a successful, like, businessman or something.
How many single-parent homes? Okay, so pretty much almost more than half the group and stuff. The fact that the president happens to be African American, does that make a difference?
It sets a new bar for African Americans. Previous to, I didn't really know what I wanted to do, like before I started the college process, but after really analyzing and realizing what Barack Obama did, it led me to a new type of situation in which I know I want to be involved in some type of politics in the future.
Our kids can't all aspire to be LeBron or Lil Wayne. I want them aspiring to be scientists and engineers, doctors and teachers, not just ballers and rappers. I want them aspiring to be a Supreme Court justice. I want them aspiring to be the President of the United States of America.
The manner in which young men need to be prepared to navigate this system, it's changed. I think one of the advantages for students going to a Campbell Hall is that they begin to see systems that are consistent with privilege, consistent with white majority, whereas students at Westchester High School specifically may not necessarily see nor understand how to navigate those systems.
The most shocking thing to me was the chapel, the whole chapel meeting, because everyone was in there and it was a calm and disciplined situation.
Joey Glenn, Jeremy Gold.
Something I noticed about the demographic of the 10 and then the 20% of the students that won the award that came up was that there are no minorities or people of color. The vast majority of the population at this school is white. So it wasn't a shock that most of them got the award. Now, if we were back in Westchester and that same award was to happen and it was like no black people up there, then I'd be thinking like, man, we really messing up.
I left the non-reality of Campbell Hall and stepped back into the real world here at Westchester, and it just kind of reopened my eyes back to how the world really is.
You get a kid that comes from a low socioeconomic background, and he happens to throw a ball or play an instrument very well or be a good dancer, and somehow he'll end up going to Stanford because Stanford has a need in the drama department, or Stanford has a need in the music department or in the athletic department. So I just think that's sort of life. I think you kind of have to choose your battles wisely.
Since I came here, my voice has become very proper, and I enunciate, and they call me whitewashed because now I talk like that.
Black kids at public school could think that the private school black kids are posers because, they might hang out, they might live in the same neighborhood or something and act totally different with them and then with the white people. But that's it. You just have to know how to, talk and get along with different kinds of people.
Something that was shocking and weird to me all the girls here are beautiful. I don't care what nobody has to say. I don't see no ugly girls. Everybody was cute. And then not only were they cute, they were nice and cute. So that was just like a positive. It was just too overwhelming. Everything was nice.
I don't see how people can be so calm and relaxed. Like, people aren't stuck up. If anybody you want to talk to or converse with, if they're smart, they're going to talk to you like a normal person, like somebody just friendly, because they're looking for a friend just like you. And I think that for this school to be so relaxed, I think that not every school, but the majority of schools should apply their practice, because the freedom does show that it shows students that the teachers and things care about them, making them do better in class.
This was what I needed right before I left home and went into college. More of a reality check, bring you back to, like, it brought you back to, you know, perspective. It brought everything back into perspective. This was a very positive experience.